Let's talk about Brian Shaw versus Eddie Hall arm wrestling match, specifically their genetics. I'm a geneticist enthusiast. By this, I would also mean I've done my fair share of research, helping me understand the phenotypes and the historical. This arm wrestling supermatch of titans conclusion is based off bigger frame, higher leverage, and a taller stature. However, for this video, let us include an interesting thought, such as, I go for the better arm fighter in that day. A general presumption is Eddie will lose because Brian is bigger. But let's analyze genetic history. We presume Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall have a similar genetic ancestral background. For instance, tall stature is associated to the ancient North Eurasians, and so is Asian-like straight and wavy hair, and higher cheekbones among Europeans. Moreover, this by theory should be very prevalent in Germanic tribes, and to Celts to a lesser degree. This would mean we can presume there should be high levels of West German, Jutes, Anglo-Saxons, and others, like Franks and Normans, especially the Celtic genes within the DNA of these two world's strongest men. By this, I'm not implying they are that. I would be implying they are high levels of ancient, Altaic Scythian in DNA. These warrior-like men, known by ancient North Eurasians in archaeogenetics, pertaining to Brian Shaw, it's maybe the reason why his eyes appear Asian-like, but most particularly, Eddie Hall is a sizable man, even though Brian is at 6'8" as per available information. And Eddie Hall says he's just shy of 6'3". Eddie Hall is also this type of man that harbors more strength than the average man. And we can see that he actually has big hands, big, thick, meaty hands. Therefore, we can also include him into the category of genetic freaks and has the total potential to be a champion arm wrestler. However, for this video, even though we can't really know for certain until match day, soon we will know the truth. I think Eddie Hall is actually one of those freaks that has stronger tendons than your average human. Eddie Hall may have the perfect tendons for arm wrestling, and also Brian Shaw. Exactly like John Brzenk. Eddie Hall is a genetic special specimen, just like Brian Shaw. But we will see that in the next King of the Table, so make sure you get the pay-per-view. Links in the description down below.